Among these movies, Coming to America best captures the energy and distinct appeal of the 1980s. It's funny and wild on the outside, but tender and heartfelt on the inside. Additionally, the film's depiction of the mythical nation of Zamunda and the lifestyle of the royal family is so tenderly innocent that it depressingly cynically parodies modern films that either feature likable losers who are eager to replicate reality or feature lovable losers who are bitching their way to the top. Yes, Zamunda is a very unlikely country, but that's what makes the movie's opening sequence so captivating. The fact that Prince Akeem would experience such a lavish level of adoration upon awakening on his 21st birthday speaks to the ultimate ideal of cinema, escape and fantasy. It doesn't always work, but in this instance it does, and for good reason. Zamunda had to be completely at odds with New York for the film's humorous goals, and the Coming to America plotline contrasts with the Coming from Zamunda setup. One of the scenes from the movie that we remember the most is right before, as the trailer claims, the fairy tale ends as soon as the first shot of New York City arrives. It doesn't avoid some cliches, such as the passing of zebras and elephants to show that the film is set in the African continent. The John Landis-directed film, Coming to America, which stars Eddie Murphy, is similar to their earlier collaboration on Trading Places, which I liken to Frank Capra's classics. This time, however, it's not a wags to riches tale, rather, it's a reverse Cinderella tale, with Prince Akeem traveling to America to marry a woman, explaining to his friend Semmi, Arsenio Hall, that he wants a partner who will arouse my intellect as well as my loins. This idea sets up a series of hilarious scenarios that almost make you forget about Prince Akeem's love trip goal, and the fact that Arsenio Hall plays the movie's second lead is in charge of it since he genuinely outperforms every other member of the ensemble and establishes the ideal comic straight guy pair that these kinds of stories require. Semmi's amazing expression when Akeem yells, "Life," out of the window. Actual life. An irate neighbor is given the F-word back with joy by Akeem, who is perfectly matched to his naive exuberance. A thing that we have been denied for far too long. The entire section about their discovery of New York after they locate housing and employment is a monument to the performer's extraordinary ability to play a variety of characters, from chatty barbers to drag queens, singers to pervert reverends. They both excel in their roles, and we, the viewers, are invited to occasionally spot them. As the elderly Jewish man at the barbershop, Eddie Murphy is excellent. In fact, his portrayal is so convincing that it initially confused me. The brilliance of Coming to Africa lies in its ability to elicit two distinct degrees of true appreciation, one from the story itself, and another through a succession of short, sketch-like vignettes that showcase the actor's talents on different levels without going overboard. Eddie Murphy's amazing aptitude as a comedian when given a decent role, Prince Akeem is one of his best, is kind of prefigured in Coming to America, along with the allure of his nutty professor persona. However, it would be inaccurate and even more unfair to blame Eddie Murphy's talent alone for the movie's popularity. The entire cast, beginning with the most ideal pair that could have ever been Akeem's parents, James Earl Jones as the strict King Jaffe Joff and Madge Sinclair as the loving but unremarkable Mother Alan, is another driving force of the movie. These two would later collaborate to portray an even more remarkable royal couple in a certain Disney picture that takes place in Africa. Both Sinclair and Jones exude an incredibly alluring aura, and the menacing picture of King Jaffe Joff evokes a sense of foreboding that is masterfully captured by the music that surrounds his own arrival in New York. Along with Samuel L. Jackson in his typical scene-stealing supporting roles from the 1980s, John Amos, another veteran actor, plays the owner of the McDowell restaurant chain. Sherry Hadley plays his gorgeous daughter. Eric LaSalle plays her soon-to-be ex-boyfriend. And there are brief but endearing cameos from Don Ameche and Ralph Bellamy as, well, you get the idea. The movie provides what is intended, is humorous, has a happy conclusion, and most of the popular parts are watchable no matter what context they are in. It is a comedy and romance, not a romantic comedy, mind you. 24 years after its release, the image of Murphy as the old Jewish man, Arsenio Hall as a woman, the McDowell's logo, and the unforgettable Soul Glow will forever be associated with the 1980s, a decade where movies were made just for fun. It's a great movie to watch and rewatch, and its classical status cannot be denied.
Keep working here. Stay off the drugs.